Hey YouTube, welcome to another video. Um, so I'm here to talk about the Gamerverse Cyclops from SH Figuarts. Um, really, I don't think anybody was expecting this. Looked like Hasbro really had this in the bag, but everybody's kind of hyped about this, so I figured let me talk about it too. Um, but yeah, um, this is just it really, you know, when you compare Hasbro to SH Figuarts, they're just showing you, they're just showing you, like, they're not, making any visual comparisons, but you can just see clearly, you know the work that was put into this figure. And you know when you compare um SH Figures to Hasbro, you see where Hasbro does fall short. Now, I'm not saying SH Figures is perfect. I saw some comments about, like, something with the legs, that they didn't like the way that the legs were and all that. Everybody has their opinions, which is fine. But a lot of people got hyped about this. Um, And I almost would compare this to the Storm Collectibles Jada Toys fiasco. You know, very similar. You know, um, Jada Toys nearly dropping the whole cast of Street Fighter. You know, Hasbro nearly dropping, the whole, a majority of the characters from the Marvel vs. Capcom line. um, and the Storm Collectibles only dropping like one or two figures, but um, the sculpt and the design of the Storm Collectibles, people tend to like more. But this is a fantastic SH Figuarts, just an amazing Marvel character. um, you know, and it looks, the colors are fantastic. The the hair, the face design, the little effects, um, really make this figure pop, and kind of shows, in your face clearly, what SH Figures is bringing to the table. And you know, this will not only be, I think, a flagship character for the Gamerverse line for SH Figures, but I think this is gonna be a big draw. Like, it's probably one of the best Marvel characters. SH Figures um, probably made, and it's just gonna be a big draw just in general. I mean, it just looks crazy good. Um, so I'm gonna go through the slides here. Um, so that's the first slide. This is him just standing. Um, I think it's just like one of his, like, poses when he's fighting. He just kind of stands still, and you can see that color pop, the design of the figure, tons of articulation. You know, there's no denying that this is Cyclops. Um, you know, looking really good there. Just a straight up standing pose there, and then boom, nice. Capturing some of the um, frames from the game. He's shooting a laser beam there. This is kind of how he shoots in the game, so they're just copying that. But you can, this is for you to see the back of him, you know, the articulation he has, the leg joints, everything, how the belt falls on the hip, and how the colors pop. So they're kind of showing you the back of him and the nice effect, laser beam effect. Really nice, well done. This is more of an aggressive pose. This looks like a secondary head sculpt. Him ready for action. And, if you played the Marvel's Capcom game, you should be getting like a lot of nostalgia here. A very well done, executed figure. Some people were complaining about like this part over here, the articulation there. But if you've ever collected such figures, you should be, that shouldn't really scare you away or make a difference. I mean, that's pretty common in SH figures. This is a beautiful uppercut shot. Him doing an uppercut. The colors really popping. Fantastic sculpt. Just an amazing looking figure. And this is another, I-beam effect. Looks really cool. Fantastic looking figure. Showing some dramatic effects there. Really cool. This is him jumping in the air. Really nice looking. Beautiful head sculpt here. Looks like he comes in multiple hands. So this is going to be a stacked Cyclops figure for sure. And yeah, I mean, from pretty much every angle, it looks fantastic. And then boom, they have it here with, it comes with a little backdrop. And it's simple, but it works. It gives you the old school gamer vibes. The names of how they had it and the graphics. This is a really smart idea. Makes a really cool background. Who knows? They make a full plastic accessory like this. And this is scheduled release November 2025. So this is a fairly quick turnaround compared to other figures. The pre-orders July 1st. So yeah, like compare, the problem with Tamashii Nations and SH Figuarts, Marvel already dropped, tons of characters. Um, you know, so I feel like SH Figuarts is like a momentum base. Like they're like, okay, let's drop this figure, see how he does. If he gets enough hype, then we'll think about dropping somebody else. And sometimes they'll drop somebody good. Sometimes they'll drop somebody nobody really cares about. So then the line loses momentum. And then, that could, really hurt like a full Gamerverse, you know, drop, unlike Hasbro, who already dropped the whole line. And, uh, you know, they're pretty much, you know, releasing everything. This is going to take a lot more time. But, you know, these figures do look like they're gonna look a lot better, have more articulation, come with maybe cooler accessories, cooler backdrops, um, you know. But yeah, I mean, SH Figuarts, you know, really, I'm really glad that they're jumping on this. Um, you know, um, but it would, it's just gonna take a lot of time for a whole Gamerverse, line from SH Figuarts. I mean, they're only, they're probably gonna drop it one by one, and then every couple of months maybe they'll drop another one. So, but they're really trying to go off the momentum. I think like if this figure really sells well, um, they'll think about releasing something else, and depending on people like it or not. Um, but I think overall this will be a good flagship character for just SH figures in general. It's just a well done Cyclops. The colors really pop. It does look better than the Hasbro Cyclops. Comes with more, comes with a lot of cool accessories as well. And um, people who are with the SH figures franchise will probably end up picking this one up. It's just one of the best figures that I've seen them drop in a while. Um, and so I think it's a win-win just for this character alone, but for the whole Gamerverse line, we shall see. I mean, they'll probably drop another one. They'll do like a pre-order in January. Maybe a good character, maybe a character nobody cares about, and then that'll if it's not a good character, that will drain the momentum, and then probably slow things down. So, but definitely the right move for SH Figuarts, as these characters have, a lot of momentum right now. But yeah, let me know what you think. Take care and have a good one, guys.